Voting begins next week, and if you don't have transportation to the polls to cast your ballot in Allen County, don't worry. Tonight's Community Champs, the Northeast Indiana chapter of the National Organization for Women, can get you there and back free of charge. And joining us now to explain is the chapter president, Kiernan O'Dowd. Kiernan, thanks for coming in this evening. So please tell us about the rides that your organization is providing to the polls during this election cycle.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me, Tara. I do appreciate it. So we are trying to get the vote out. So the only way we know that we can is if we get people to the polls. And it's been such a long time since Indiana has had individuals who can in fact get to the polls and vote for many different reasons. But we're trying to eliminate the issue of actually having them get a ride to the polls. So that's what we're doing with our chapter of Northeast Indiana now.
So for someone who wants to take advantage of this, walk us through the process. What do they need to do?
So first of all, sadly, they have to have a smartphone or a phone that has the Uber app on it. And if they don't already have it on their phone, they need to download it. Once they are able to download it, then they can scan one of the 3 QR codes or one of the links that are on our card that will be available to everyone. It's throughout the media cycle as well. We've got everybody involved in it, we hope. And then they will then be able to pre-program their ride to the polls.
That sounds pretty simple once you have the phone and the Uber.
Right. So, and if you don't have one, and we're wanting, of course, young people and seniors who don't have necessarily the option of getting in a vehicle and going on their own, this is for them. We got a grant through our Now Foundation, and it was a very large grant, and it was specifically for disadvantaged individuals who may not have transportation of their own. So this is what we're trying to do, is get them to the polls so they can vote. We don't ask you who you're voting for, we just ask you to go and vote.
So the grant is paying for this, but this is the second year you have done this. How many people last year took advantage of this service?
Sadly, not enough, but we only offered it on Election Day last year. This year we're opening it up, starting on the 8th. So early voting, you can get a ride to the polls, to whatever, well, initially it will just be to the Rousseau Center in Allen County. And then when the satellite offices open for voting, you will be able to go to one of the 4 of the satellite offices. And then on Election Day, you can go to your own precinct. We have almost 300 precincts in Allen County. You'll be able to go right to your precinct if that's what you choose to do.
Well, good luck.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for coming in, and congratulations on being a Fox 55 Community Champ.
Thank you so very much. One last thing, if I can.
You can, yes.
Make sure that you are registered to vote by Monday, the 7th, because early voting starts on the 8th. If you're not registered, you can't vote.
There you go. All right. Kiernan, thank you so much. Right now, we have a look at early voting sites, days, and times in Fort Wayne. You'll also find this information and more on our website, WFFT.com. And if you know someone or a group that deserves a pat on the back as one of our community champs, simply send your idea to tbrantley@WFFT.com. We'll work to get their story on air and online. With this week's Community Champs, I'm Tara Brantley.